Hi everyone, it's Chef Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to the Global Stampin' Video Hub with the theme of Fashionable in Colors. So today I'll be creating a card using the 5 new in colors from 2022 to 2024, and they are Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and Parakeet Party. So these are the ink pads, but I'll be using the cardstock with those colors. Mixing that up with the Brewed For You bundle. So this is the stamp set. I'll be using that sentiment there and the brewed dies as well. So those are the dies. We have the 3D stripes and splatters embossing folder as well for added texture, and I'll be heat embossing the sentiment. The other cardstock that I'll be using other than the 5 in colors are basically basic white thick card base. That's 8¼ by 5½ inches, folded in half, or 21 centimeters by 14 centimeters, folded in half. Basic white thick for the layer, which is 3 inches by 5½ or 7.6 centimeters by 14 centimeters. I've also got offcut of basic black card for the sentiment, which is like 1.6 or no 1.5 centimeters or 9/16 of an inch, the height, and whatever the sentiment width would be later on. Right, so I've gone ahead and actually die cut a few or 4 of the things that I needed, but I wanted to share with you how to do this one. And that's from the Brewed dies, of course, and it's these 2 designs, the inner and the outer for the pint glass. I've used a sticky label note there, stuck that on, and I'm gonna be die cutting that. For the layer, we'll be using the splatters, and that's just gonna get embossed using the cut and emboss machine by Stampin' Up. I'll bring that in now, but because they are the slim design and the dies are quite small, you can use your mini cut and emboss machine as well. So I'll bring in the big machine. It's just because I've got it here. Cut that in. And what's great about sticking them together is it keeps it in place. And if you're doing 5 die cuts, it's pretty much the same sizes. So you do have the inner in 2 pieces, but I'll share with you another card at the end what you can do with these, and it reminds me of kind of like a mobile game as well. Now for the 3D embossing folder, you do need to take off both plates number 2 and 3 and bring in your plate number 4 on top of your plate number 1. And that's just gonna get easily embossed. So we now have the Tahitian Tide die cut and the embossed piece. As mentioned earlier, I have gone ahead and die cut the rest of the in colors here. And we're just going to start constructing our card. I'll do the sentiment later. So I'm just going to cut the edge here at 3/4 of an inch or 1.9 centimeters. And we're gonna realign that or re-stick that down for there. Before I do that, I'm actually gonna use the deboss side, I think. And that's just gonna get added on to the near the spine. So easy peasy. I think the die cutting, there's a bit of measuring in a second. So just make sure that that is done. and we're gonna re-stick that down along there using dimensionals. So I'm just gonna add that along there, and we're gonna stick that down. Probably leave about 3 millimeters or what you call it, a quarter, no, 1/8 of an inch onto there. And just make sure that the bottom edge is nice and flat against the base, or straight. It looks straight-ish. So we do have kind of like an open space there. Now for these, I'm just gonna stick that down along the edge. So aligning the bottom left corner in the top left where the panel is. And as you can see, it's pretty much near the edge of the card. So if you want it a bit more further down, you can do that, but I'm just gonna keep that the same. So you'll just need to add glue to the left and the bottom edge. Now if you want it to be quite specific, you can measure from the first one. If I stick this down first, I think hopefully I've got the measurements correct, because I do have a prototype. So that's just gonna get adhered. So the bottom, align at the bottom left edge to the top there. And I believe I did 2.25 centimeters, which is about 7/8 of an inch. So if you just get a ruler and a pen, 7/8 of an inch from that mark, or from that corner of the pint glass, 7/8 of an inch, just mark there, 7/8 of an inch there, or 2.2, I guess. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that should be it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So the last one would be there. So you can see if you hit that, it's quite close to the top. So if you have 14 centimeters or 5.5 inches, that should be ready. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add glue to the left edge and the bottom edge and stick this down along the panel. We're independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com, to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies in the form of tutorial bundles designed by the Stampin' Glam Squad and the Global Creative Project. So now that we have those in place, we're pretty much there. We're just gonna do the sentiment. So I have the another round for your birthday. I'm just gonna prepare the black, basic black card. So Versamark ink, and stamp that on, and I'll be heat embossing in white. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so, and check the description below for the product links I've used today, as well as the next link in the Global Stampin' video hub. There you go. So I'm just gonna insert that along the bottom here. So there's a bit of a gap on there. Let's see how big. I just eyeballed it, so it's about 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeters. and I'm gonna insert that in. I'm just gonna cut a banner onto here. So get a scissor. Again, I'm just gonna eyeball it properly there and cut a banner, a fishtail in the middle, and then corners like so. As I'm gonna insert that in, I just want glue in the middle and dimensional on the end there. So that should be enough. And glue there. Take off the backing, insert that in, and just align that along the edge. So in a way, there's somewhere to lift the front panel up. And finally, we're just gonna add some embellishment onto here. So for a subtle shimmer, I'm gonna use the iridescent rhinestone there. And I'm just gonna add that along the left hand here. Into small one there. So that's my card for the Global Stamping Video Hop using Fashionable in colors there on the right hand edge. You can make it the other way around, so you can stand it up that way as well. Just turn the pint glasses the other way, but I really like it in white, but I do love it in black as well. Here you go. This is black, basic black. So the same way I've done it, this one I've used silver embossing powder. There you go. And also I've used the classic matte dots for the white bubbles there. Now for the inside bits I've mentioned earlier, these ones, it reminded me of, I don't know if you've seen the game where you can pour different colored drinks into a bottle. So that inspired this card. So those are just stuck on using Stampin' Dimensional, again silver embossed sentiment, classic matte dots for the embellishment, and this one is a die from the Splendid Thoughts bundle, which is coming out for the July to December mini catalog. So let me know in the comments below, which ones do you prefer, the white, the black, or the gray, I guess. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!